Hello there! Welcome to Some Guy Star Wars, and let's talk about the Ahsoka show. Alright everyone, so before I begin, I just want to warn everyone that there's going to be spoilers for The Mandalorian and Rebels and a whole bunch of other Star Wars. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds before I continue.
Thank you.
What do you have in mind for your next move?
Well, if they follow standard Imperial procedure, they'll dump their garbage before they go to light speed, and then we just float away.
The rest of the garbage.
Now, before we go into any more about the Ahsoka story, I want to just give you a brief rundown of who Ahsoka is and why she's so critical to the story.
Me down. A youngling? And who are you supposed to be?
I'm Ahsoka. Master Yoda sent me.
She was first discovered by the Jedi Plo Koon, you know, the guy that went down in a fiery crash at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Execute Order 66.
It will be done, my lord.
We see her throughout the Clone Wars leading a detachment of the 501st with Captain Rex.
Company! Attention!
Later on, her, Obi-Wan, and Anakin were on a mission to Mortis, where she died. There were 3 gods on Mortis, and she was killed by the brother. Then the sister gave her life force to bring back Ahsoka. After Ahsoka was brought back alive, she's always being followed by a condor named Morai.
Morai, you're here.
Morai?
She's an old friend. I owe her my life.
And Morai is supposed to be the spirit of the sister that's always following Ahsoka now. Near the end of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka is accused of treason and is kicked out of the Jedi. Once Ahsoka's innocence was proven, she decided not to go back to the Jedi. She lost faith and just felt betrayed and hurt and decided to just go out on her own.
I'm so sorry about everything.
You have our most humble apologies, little Ahsoka. The Council was wrong to accuse you.
You have shown such great strength and resilience in your struggle to prove your innocence.
This is the true sign of a Jedi Knight.
This was actually your great trial. Now we see that. We understand that the Force works in mysterious ways. And because of this trial, you have become a greater Jedi than you would have otherwise.
Back into the Order. You may come.
They're asking you back, Ahsoka. I'm asking you back.
I'm sorry, Master. But I'm not coming back.
Now, during the events of Revenge of the Sith, we see Ahsoka take a detachment of the 501st and go to reclaim Mandalore. At this part of the story, we see a less headstrong and passionate Ahsoka, unlike Anakin, and she is more analytical, like Obi-Wan. Alright everyone, let's just take a moment. If you guys could subscribe to my channel and like it, really help the channel out. Thank you very much. During the events of Order 66, we see Ahsoka escape with her good friend Rex, with the assistance of Darth Maul being used as a distraction.
Well, you've done the right thing by coming to me. Only together can we survive this. Now, if you will follow my lead.
You don't understand. I'm not here to team up with you. I need a diversion, and you're it. Now go cause some chaos. It's what you're good at.
So now we're into the events of Rebels, and here we see a much older and wiser Ahsoka. For all we know, she is pretty much the last senior Jedi in a sense to be living. And during this time through Rebels, she is working as Fulcrum, who's feeding information to rebel cells across the galaxy.
But from the highest levels of the Empire.
It was Kanan's plan. I guess it worked.
Your mission was to be unseen, unnoticed, and now...
Kanan wanted to inspire people. He wanted to give them hope.
Well, he was successful. But if you are caught, if Ezra is caught, that hope will die. To protect your unit, to protect Ezra, you must stop your search for Kanan and go into hiding.
We see her easily handle Inquisitors, and then we get to the events of Malachor, where she is defeated by Vader, and we actually think she has been killed for a second time.
Ezra? You look... Wait. What happened? Where am I?
You were fighting Vader. I saw you in there. He was going to... So I grabbed you and I pulled you out of there.
Anakin.
That is until Ezra Bridger goes into the World of Worlds and goes back to that time and pulls Ahsoka out right at the last moment before she dies. And at this point, they're escaping Darth Sidious's lightning, and so they get separated. But before they get separated, Ahsoka promises to find Ezra. Alright, here's what I think is going to happen in Ahsoka. But before I say what I want to, leave in the comments what you think is going to happen. So what we know currently is that the story of Ahsoka will take place around the time of The Mandalorian.
Look, there must be some mistake. I can get you more credits.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Now, we learn from her duel with Magistrate Morgan Elsbeth that Ahsoka is looking for Thrawn.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
So why would Ahsoka be looking for Thrawn? Well, last we see Thrawn, he is being transported with Ezra into deep space with the assistance of the Purrgil. Now, Ahsoka promised Ezra, after he saved her within the world between worlds, that they would find each other.
He's coming through!
Keep going! You can make it!
When you get back, come and find me!
I will! I promise!
Now, if you haven't seen Rebels, you're probably asking yourself, what is the world between worlds? And, you know, I can go on that in another video. That's a whole confusing tangent, crazy plot lines. Yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous. When Ahsoka first begins, we will see her right after the events of Malachor. And I believe at this point, she's coming to be at her lowest low. She just found out that Anakin had become Darth Vader, and this is why we see her as Ahsoka the Grey in The Mandalorian. So I believe in the beginning story, we will have Ahsoka doing her initial search for Ezra. But while she's searching for Ezra, we're going to see her grow, and we're going to see some deep dives about the Force. Filoni's probably going to have us with some crazy Force lore as usual. Now, during this time, I think we are going to have the New Republic fighting Zenshi's forces. Zenshi? I always say Zenshi in my head back in the day. Leave a comment if you can confirm how to say his name. And we will have this time jump, kind of like how they've been saying in Mandalorian, where there's going to be kind of a big time jump. And I think we are going to get our first introduction of Mara Jade. She's going to be sighted with Zenshi's forces. Now, you would think Mara Jade at this point wouldn't be able to fight Ahsoka, but you have to remember that she is the hand of the Emperor. She's going to be way stronger than all those Inquisitors. They were only trained by Darth Vader. I mean, we need a good Jedi versus Sith kind of fight, And I'd be surprised if we don't see Ahsoka maybe not die at the end, but kind of have a close encounter again like the other 2 times. I mean, everything happens in threes. Now, while Ahsoka is having this close encounter, I believe she's going to encounter Anakin's Force Ghost, and he's actually going to bestow the rank of Jedi Master on her. And I think we'll get her resurrected, and that's when she's going to become Ahsoka the White. And she's going to take an apprentice in Jason Syndulla. Now, there may be multiple seasons of Ahsoka. We haven't had any solid evidence that there would only be 1 or 2. But at the end of the story, I believe we will get the introduction of Thrawn and Ezra, and we will be led into a trilogy. Thanks for watching, everyone. I plan on getting 2 videos out a week, and may the Force be with you.